Ngon de yin de ge dao de je ba ni shi ten bei xun ne bian de. Guo dan de lo jia de lo de yin yin de de ji ge. Qi jie zhen de ge ji de de ge jiang na ge ma de de. Sao de ge jin de ren de. Wan de de lo ma ren bo jian da ge ji lo ge me de shi. De de ji me gu ne ji de. Gu zong de ji ngo de de so. Good morning, everyone. 30 minutes. Practice with your English, okay? 30 minutes. Need to practice English, maybe subject about the compassion, this week. The last few weeks we did loving kindness, and this week we started how to developing compassion. Compassion. Because I think we we are all chasing I think inner happiness, inner value or peace or mind. We are all chasing happiness, and the main causes from happiness is compassion is adding main causes, and lots people thinking adding compassion practice necessarily some relative religions. Someone telling you need to compassion. Reality is not like that. Reality is nature, our daily life. Human nature. Human nature has compassion. We were young. Our parents compassion for us or our relative, or someone look after your grandparents, someone look after your auntie, uncles, someone look after your parents. And also we have become old and we need to go to the rest house. Someone need care for us, or we are sick and we need to go to the hospital, and then the hospital doctor, nurses there, I think, and majority people or the 90%, they also can't, Some little better job. Uh, and they're now proving the and the modern scientists believe human nature is compassion. And the Buddhism believe that, long time ago, Buddha knows, yeah, this reason or also being my mother means mother is very look after very kindly or compassionately look me, therefore I need to look after my mother. This is a Buddhism, most Buddhism believe that. And nowadays, lots of modern scientists research, the research for baby, and baby, they shows lots different pictures, and then I watched one time the conversation with His Holiness Dalai Lama, lots of modern scientists. I was there, etc. And then they show one video, and then there one, I don't remember his professor name, and he show picture, on the mountain, and there one person pushing big rock like that, and then the one baby, I think they're born maybe 2 3 weeks ago, and then they show a picture, and then one person pushing back one person pushing, one person coming, pushing back his, and then baby not really happy, and then next other picture, and other people can hug him. This pushing back rock, and baby is loving, and there's nobody that but baby can't, mother can't teach this baby, it's nature. Kind of those this example was modern science research. I think you can see in on the online nowadays there are lots on the internet, Google has lots of research like that. I think that's we need to understand this very important. And then human nature is compassion, and but we all everyone has compassion, but our compassion has different levels. And then I think we were young, our compassion, our love is very pure. Pure, nothing mixed, negative, positive, just very pure. And then later, and parents teach, oh, this good, this bad, oh, this yes, this no. And also the education said this is bad, this good, this bad. And then clear and clear mind, they put a lot of negatives and mix up a little better. I think some education making our mind making upset. Also, now I see lots of the modern education has a very background, they very teach and suggesting in ego, teaching in the ego very strong. Ah, you're amazing. You can do everything. You are best in the class, and they think, ah, I'm best, I do everything. I'm best. I'm important, Is teach education. Teach this is developing their suggestion, thinking me, all the time. And you have this background very strong in the class, also in the house, and parents all the time build up this suggestion or ego, oh, you are best, you did everything's good, you are right, they thought I'm right, I'm thinking everything's good. And then in the life have lots communicate coming, they're all shocked, what happened, I can't do that, I'm not right, I'm not perfect, I think this is you see lots of especially young people, and or we have this experience, I think different culture, background different, and education system background different. And then now our conventions mix up, and lots of convention and love mix with the mixed attachment, your convention, your love. For example, you love someone, something normally human being, you love animal, and you have this animal, you have compassion. You don't like some animal or people, you don't have this person or animal, don't have compassion, This is not really ego, or really compassion with the mixed attachment, or attachment, mixed. Attachment is delusion, and then delusion destroy our peace of mind. Therefore, some people do compassion, making their mind upset. Why? Your compassion with a mixed attachment. And no only like that. And someone say, oh, my religion is best, Oh, my teacher is best, And then you really, and my parents best, or my friends best, and I'm best, family, I'm best, I'm important. I think this is making very strong, make sub-grasping or sub-judging, making very strong. And then our compassions, not much chance to build up your inner peace, and not much space inside, because compassion, we have compassion, basic compassion, and then mix up with the attachment and division. I think divisions biggest problem nowadays, division. division, like for example, I mentioned before, oh, this is not religion, I'm religion, we are religion, or we are Buddhism, or we are Christianity, we are Hinduism, we are, and also in Buddhism they didn't have Mahayana, Hinayana, oh, and in Tibetan Buddhism therefore, oh, this, and some more group thing, oh, we are top organized, we are best, and be like, and also some people think, oh, we are women, oh, we are vegetarian, we are non-vegetarian, or we are, oh, making lots of divisions, division making, and then if you the amount making already division, and then say I like this, I don't like this, already come two together, and then easy to upset. You like someone, something area, you see something, you heard something, you feel looks making you happy, and on the other hand, you heard something, you see something because you don't like this group, already making the borderland strong border, and then easy to upset. But main reason is our mind decision here, your mind decision. Upset does matter. For example, we are human being, same, and physically same, mentally same, does matter for me or woman or man or east or north or black or white or that. This is just simple things, just natural, and then if you division like this, strong division, and then also background education making your self-cherishing, your ego, make it very stronger, and then mind become very sensitive, very sensitive, and mind become very sensitive, and then easy to upset, Therefore, the Buddhism has a lot methods how to developing your compassion. We all have, An animal has this compassion, animal has compassion. Human being has compassion. Our compassion need a bigger picture, Past thinking, not making division people, we are same, and also animal, we are same reason, physically different, but mentally same, because they want the happiness, they don't want the suffering, same animal, our not much different. This and the object different, the compassion object different. And lots of religions they're talking compassion, and some religion thinking or only human being. Some religion thinking our religion presents more object compassion. Someone think I think human being, and someone think I think and Buddhism or whole sentient beings, animal and people, and their object for wishing from free their suffering. Yes, therefore we call the great compassion. This kind of practice we need developing. I mentioned last few weeks. We had this some stage reasons, economic practice and loving how kindness these people and how repeat kindness repeat, and also I think if you believe reincarnation, and then making egos make it easier, because we love this life's parents or teacher or your partner or husband or wife or children, or you love someone, in this life, and then past life you're exactly same person, can't come together all the time, same, they're different parents, and another life different parents, another life different parents. Therefore, and we this all beings be my family, my loved one. It's making easy to making mind making equal, you know. If try your mind making, looking, no making division. And I think division we already have background, but now we need to destroy this division mind, you know. Therefore, method is this Buddhism, this methods. You can take these methods in your daily life practice, and then you might become bigger picture, you know. There's a, you know, some warm heartedness, open mind. Open mind means all the time not thinking me, I'm not important. Thinking a little bit other important, you know. Open mind means don't block your mind. Oh, I'm important, you know, my idea is best, you know, all the time. This is we have naturally come because we have so many lives we have habit this, you know, and then not easy to destroy this, but making try habit of my mind, and you know the thinking, just simple thing, for example, animal. Some, oh, they are hungry. I need to feed their food, or they maybe they caught, and then you see something they're suffering, and you want how to look after, do something like this, small things, and you're developing your compassion more bigger, you know. If your compassions become more strong and bigger view, and then any kind of situation you have, you know, and your mind is not easy to become upset. And also your mind become more powerful, you know. And nowadays, you know, most people working in your this for company, or you know, lots different you're working, and lots of people become tired after 5 o'clock. What reason? And this aim is only benefit for money, you know, for money. This reason we tired, making money is number one. And therefore, aim is I need money, therefore I need to work one day, maybe 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. Just purpose is just for money. And some people, oh, if I got money and I buy this house or car or put clothes, and this is just this limit, they're limiting. You know. And then we need money, but no only money can't make you happy, you know. Then same job, lots of people think, I need practice and I need to go to the somewhere very quiet place, retreat place. I'm making some time coming to listening to and, meditation. Then I make some come to some meditation time. This is a, I think, a little bit of wrong idea, you know. Just what kind you have you do your uh, life, you know, working with the people, working with your family, or working with the animal, you know. And some people not working, looking at only yourself, and you're still working. You service yourself. And I mentioned last week, first is dealing with your mind become friends, you know. First try to make your mind become a good friend. And then you try to other parents or people, your parents become good friends, you know. Some people think, oh, I don't have friends, you know. You have friends, your mind is your best friend, you know. You're dealing with you talk with your mind all the time. Chatting, lots of chatting. Your eye closed, stay your mind talking. Can't stop. All the time talking, your mind. And some people, the talking actions become more stronger. And you know, everyone has this experience. Sometimes I'm talking, and my hand moves something like that. Oh, what I got? You have, we all have experience, isn't it? It's like, we're talking yourself. This is your best friend, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, and then uh, compassion, compassion developing yourself. And going to example, you know, take your example on how to, you know, someone very kind and nice, nicely talking or a little care you sometimes, and you have some feel happy, joy, and you can do this to other people, you can try this your experience to other people. This is your practice. For example, you're working in the in any kind of job, you thinking this for benefit for other people, you know, benefit for company, benefit for environment, benefit um, for example, most job is some benefit. For example, shop and a restaurant or in the farm or stay or gardening or any kind of job you benefit some connection with people or animal or with you or with family or something there all the time has some connection. And then you think this is benefit for them. Therefore, I want to do these jobs very sincere, Mm, motivation, just pure benefit for them. And then after, if you're working like that, and after 5 o'clock, you're less tired. And especially you look after your children, and then you're less tired. And because you have some sincere motivation, I think motivation just benefit for them, benefit for wish from please from them, and therefore I want to do this practice. This is your just practice anyway, and also meditation. Meditation. Uh, some people I mentioned before. I want to do meditation. Go to the very quiet place. I can't do this. Busy family, busy work, busy nosy place. I can't do meditation. And that is a good opportunity to do more meditation. I think you have more challenge in your life, and your mind become more stronger, you know. And then good training. For example, for me, in a big sound, and lots of people I do some meditation. People walking, people talking, big noisy. For me, doesn't matter. For me, nothing per se making me upset my mind. Because a monastery, first I joined monastery, I mentioned before, this 5,000, nearly 5,000 monks live 24/7 hours. There's something res, residing, monk residing, all the time. And also we need memories. And then there's a small room, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 monks live together. And you have only one bed, and first we don't have table, just pillow with the text. And just then there you need focusing here, just don't care. They're moving, they're going there. And if you put attention, your times go very fast and you nothing memorize, You need focusing here. You focusing here, don't put attention there. I think beginning a little bit harder, lots of bring back, bring back, bring back, bring back. No choice. If you do the attention, this noisy, I don't like this. Oh, these people moving, I don't like this. Oh, this some rubbish, I don't like this. Doesn't matter there. What I'm just it's just your move mind put there and don't put attention. I think this helps me, and I didn't do practice a special practice. This is training, live with the busy with the people, and being nosy, and some monks big, loud, reciting. Nobody said, "Don't be loud." Everyone accepted what you loud. Some monks reciting here, maybe heard or far away. Their sound is so big, but people enjoy because they heard Dharma sound, So enjoy it. People enjoy. Nobody complained, I think I grew up this, and now I coming here. A lot of people say, I can't do meditation, big nosy. This is nothing noisy compared in monastery. This is nothing noisy, isn't it? uh, therefore, you can live with this busy and noisy and try to practice your mind is focusing what are you doing by the moment. And you turn this, don't put attention there. And slowly, slowly, the practice is used to. And you are a very fixable person become, and, this reason I go by train, by bus, by car. And some people in the car being music, so there I close, I was sleeping. So I said, I don't like being noisy sound this slow. If you put the attention, the sound is noisy. Sound is everywhere, For example, we block this hall, and we keep quiet. Still, your breathing sound is very strong. And some people moving, sound is bigger, bigger, bigger. So we're quiet, And especially winter time, people wearing lots of jacket, and so the jacket sound is so big. The sound is everywhere, Therefore, meditation place, you necessarily found a special place. Also, practice. Anyway, you have more challenge, your practice become more stronger, And you become more, your mind becomes strong. And also, anytime you surround people have some sort of problem, you see some suffering, and you're developing your loving kindness or compassions. And now, Matt coming here. Now I'm relaxed now. Now, Matt, your turn.
Good morning.
Yeah. Yeah. I can repeat some important. Oh yeah, Matt, that also didn't. 잠재시에 봐. 닌지 걸어시 닌지 알게 단단 돌아 다 다리 둔다데 닌지 돌아 인게 시에 인스로.
Yes. So the last weeks we've been talking about love and kindness, affectionate regard, but this week we will talk about how to increase the great compassion, how to foster and increase it.
먼저 가르쳐네 아니 닌지 장고래라는 닌지라데 아니 데르성으로 가서 창주생게 자와 좋아 아니 개베다 디지게 자와 샤고래로 사면도 사면 닌지세야 사면 아니 당념데 먼저 사시난시로 봐 당념데 사시 잠문난시체 사시 잠보저는 대강라야 아니 메도그 선도 싶다 안데라 추단 류단 도야고이나 아니 메도야고 제기도 베테나신 당념데 사시난시체 아니 닝제데 사면난시체 아니 참바당 로 참바데 추난시 추단 류난신체로 제가 아니 신다기다 냠내 신다도 추단 류난신체 아니 딜라데네 안 로도로디 가르치고 warlos나 창조그 셈다 겨 창조그 셈 줄에 깨사스나나 안 저는 셈나라 시디다 요 인바라다 창조그 셈세니 줄에 아니 미들로도 쳔보 아니 지 신지 되되면서 지 라니 제버라고 차르니로 신뱅글로디 삼남다지 요데 아니 디기사데 신뱅글로레드네 용고라 제단 디기디 로도나 신디 용고요 레스타 제단 디인데 닝지세야데 네 사면라 신송인자다 케즈무 쇼지 차데기요 레스로
Laru. So the question is, why train in compassion? Because this is the root of the bodhicitta, the enlightened thought, or it's also the root or the seed, we would say, of Diki or well-being. We mentioned that equanimity is like the ground, so that anything we plant in the ground grows. Then we can say compassion is like the seed. And we also need other things to mature the seed, like water and fertilizer. So if equanimity is the basic ground under which we plant things, then compassion is the seed, and the loving kindness is like the water, the moisture, and the fertilizer, and so forth. So then the resultant crop is the bodhicitta. And once you have cultivated bodhicitta, the mind is automatically at peace, and the mind has courage, and there's not even the thought of self. Automatically one has thoughts of other. And this bodhicitta, this uncontrived bodhicitta, is dikkhi, or well-being, and this is the resultant crop. So once more, that's why we see that, compassion is the seed. It is indispensable. Just like Ningje said, the Khenchimbu Yores.
다 닝지 망보지게야 닝제디 지 출루기 냠네 임베 소르시와 출루가 아니 지기네 마 군조 닝지 공부세 그래 네 돈베 닝지 공부를 세고도 네 나란저 개개 닝지 공부를 세고도 대신 닝지 공부를 근데 말해서 닝지라야 돼 나란저 초에 나라 초카나 나라 니 춘주간에 지금 미 탐제 되마 아니 미 파샤네 튼루두들레나 자와 닝지디 요레스와 나라서 시릴라 닝지 여여버레스 닝지 다 닝지디 착바단데 롭종 잡종 신용 잡종 리슝 잡종 담는다게 닝지들라 닝지 임베소르지를 착바단데네 아니 착바디 수수 가사들을 착바단 아니 리카셰게 먼저지 부르가야 부모가야 대전 가시에 미리가고 미리나고 가시에 샤죠 누죠 가시에게 출루를 봐 나랑도 최진이 최마진이 최진이는 낭반 많이 봐 낭변나라 틱제 틱미 벽 낭발라 가지 님과 사제사제 스스지 착신지 서제 아니 대 착신되게 아니 닝제됐다 지야 야제도야게 그거 매버지 서샤로다 그 나텔라 가도 착과되게 되제 되자되게 되제 수수 초라 착과다 신나 다면 당와디 니게네 닝지 야제 당서 매버스 닝지다 예사 매버 서샤라서 야제 조사 매버 서샤라서
And of course, all of the religious faiths encourage this, practice of compassion, but it's not because, that the religious faiths or the teachers or the three jewels, encourage us to practice compassion. Not at all. The compassion is innate with us in this life. Children have the seed of compassion. Animals also have this root of compassion. We have it in a kind of in an innate way. But what happens is when we go through our studies, when we go through life, we begin to mix the compassion with attachment. We mix it in terms of favoring our friends, being biased, or, like favoring West over East. So even within, we make distinctions between Buddhist and non-Buddhist, and within Buddhism, the Mahayana vehicle or the root yana vehicle, or within Tibetan Buddhism, Sakya, Kagyu, Geluk, Nyingma. Out of our desirous attachment, we make the compassion biased, and in doing so, we don't give the opportunity for that great compassion to increase because we mix it with attachment. Yes.
I think when I was studied at a monastery. At that time, I wrote read. Color. About they are very good example, And if you attachment or you thinking my religion is best, and then they say, the chain, God
yes.
chain, God
golden
chain.
Golden chain.
세익 작다게 담바다 지고레스. 네다 베디 하고 싶지도.
Yeah, it's a good example. It's like if you're thinking mixed with attachment, it's like being bound by a gold chain. You know.
출룩딩에 출룩디 약쇼인 라위나. 출룩디 개지 못 찍어라. 먼저
Mm.
세세야디 진단치 못 찍어데. 세익 작다 남샤나 다 구조 자에 뭐라 작다 레데라고 둥이디 찍고 열어 간다. 베디 하고 싶지도 나디디 베 하고 싶지 나오셔서
I remember that example as being very good, that, you know, clinging to one's own faith as being best is like being, you know, enchained by a golden chain because of one's, you know, that the gold simplifies the kind of value of attachment. So it's a good example.
그다음 하나도 쿠샵치에 들어다 출룩에 미리그래 미상말라 쿠샵치나 아니 여와치에스게요 말에 다 딩안에 간도 기생고마다 망보도사로 당뇽다 마신 틴디 틴소시아도 당뇽 셈제 담제 당뇽 고야도 도사로 셈제 담제라니 거리 첨부인 바도서 다 간도 기생 둔다도 셰사르 저절 상당히 즉 타링동지로 왔다 타링동지 최대의 편도제와다 경험의 편도제와니 편도제와 직벌어봐 제가 디인데는 안서 semje tamje range ne ama chinyore pawa chinyore bugu chinyore chogo chinyore da chinyore nyen chinyore da ina inyam nyen ina inyam la de ane semi yawa che menjore je so je da korwa de sa de chi ngone rigba dan den barwa lume me je rigba dan den ba gyumzen dan den ba je de do an de yo na ane so sem de ba de da open man sa de ne gyumzen sam dan ne yongre me je 당아 네 대화고도 마 심디기고도 동해고만 면람자 비데네 루도 말에 나한테 차한제 나를 차네 매버서야 요만데 수수 셔럽이야 단제로 삼로 단제 셔러야 단제 는 동해 세고를 가르서는 먼저 심그 동해의 심그 수수 심그 söne 중된 교절에 대수수 심 교단에서 해르미 저게 면람자 비데네 요거는 요 말이야 와, 네가 이제 열에다 면람자네 아니 배 면람자냐 잡되네 요에 면람자냐되네 셈바 저방에 뭐 차든 줘. 가시 나시오 단예된데 열다. 얘는 셈라 요다네 요 셈바베 양 저방에 뭐 차든 줘. 그래서 아주 셈데 요다라다 삼로 땅제로. 최선 제공해야 돼. 당당한 당한테 제공되게 제버chen 就是什么的，就是学得当，就是什么的，就是也当。你这样的，那就是什么的啦，差不多是也我是对头的。我就没想到了，差不多了，刚那样嘛的。我就是什么了，差不多嘛的的，我就没想了，差不多头个样嘛的，看到了，
So in terms of not cultivating compassion with attachment, as was mentioned, we are all the same in that we are human. So we should have respect for others in a non-biased manner. And we talked about this from the perspective of first cultivating an attitude of equanimity to all living beings, and then consequently recognizing them as our dear parents, our dear mother, and then the wish to repay that kindness, having recognized them as close. So it's just a matter of time. It doesn't matter if we're talking about this life or past lives, that beings have benefited you the same. Whether, whether they've been to you a child or a friend or neutral or whatever, close and far, it is the same. The kindness is the same. One doesn't need to have a text or study to validify this. This is based on reason and one's open-mindedness, and such an attitude of compassion and equanimity is not just cultivated through prayer, these positive states and getting rid of negative states. It doesn't happen through prayer or mantra, but one needs to increase the wisdom part of one's mind to make the suffering reduce. Why? It is a mind that creates suffering, so it's a mind that alleviates it. Just praying is not going to stop the suffering. In some sense, when people get too fervent with prayer, it just makes the mind kind of crazed. And also saying lots of mantras doesn't change the mind either. So in that sense, we need to increase the great compassion. And this is increasing the great compassion with wisdom is a type of analytical mind, and one needs to cultivate it in one's mind personally, because if one has cultivated that equanimity and compassion, then you will just have good friends. You will have friends will come by the way. You don't need to contrive it.
와 당연하죠. 수수연 밀레야. 오늘게 저와 때도나 저와서디 미모고 둔두이네 가보치기다 와. 아니
Yeah,
아니 대화도 야고용 거라. 저와 매버체 이제 아니 토보디디 토보디 미유디 다 간대지간에 두고요라. 미유디 신다지간도디 아니 토보디 유를 못 마셔야 돼. 저와디 다 저와 해매게 저와디 때 두고요 말아. 뒤로 왔다 간다 와.
yeah. I mean, to beings that are close to us, even not only humans but animals recognize that affectionate regard and love. So, one has to have an object to connect to, isn't it? If there's no object to focus on, how can that love and compassion be fostered?
오야 당도 곰스자라.
Let's meditate now.
아 곰디 당부 구는 곰자데 다시랑서 만차하고 다데 사와카제도 네 양자다 천수 제다 구는데 년달 시작고 왔다 나도 님마다 버지 칼라서고다 수볼러 테나시 아니 심라 칼라데야 소리로 왔다 구는데 심른 나도 칼라야고서는 룰러 톱지기도 구는야고에는 심라 로덥지기래 다티래 거대워시나라
Before meditating, we do need to put effort into motivation. One should do this every day. I mean, every day one eats food. You don't forget that. So giving the mind, eating every day. So it is important to feed the mind. So you feed the body for physical strength and you feed the mind for courage, essentially.
야, 다 드링에 저지네 르가 이송게 차와데 아니 베 수수연게 도와심제 탐제라 참제단 덴버지가네 펜도에 와지 펜도에 레와 메베도네 아니 펜도와지 지기 삼제네 굴롱야 오시셔스라
Today, the actions of one's body, speech, and mind, one will, to those immediately close to you, one will generate an affectionate kindness, a closeness to help them, to solely help them with no hope for reward oneself.
Oh yeah, that go gong lo. Maran jule din de ta shin bin gi sim sa wa ji yu chen ji go gong res.
Rejoice now that in one's mind one has generated that kind heart afresh. Rejoice in that.
Oh yeah, that din ne zo lung jo. Chin da ro.
Mhm.
Na wu ni ne u de shuk chen bo de ring bo dang su bu go le wa ne ma che ya shi tum ba ro ne su bu na u le yun de. Ne su bu ji dam de wa su ma de wa ro de pa shi do ya. Ne sim ji ngam da dang to ho da do zo pa shi do ya. Ne u pa dang de ne de zo gi jeng de do pa shi do ya. U chu dang de 아니 지금 수고 상마에 수고를 하시지 삼바시와 차도야 근데 제제 우중 공대에서 잡시 왔어라
Now, doing some breathing exercise, first with the longer breaths, recognizing the breath entering into the nostrils and pervading the body from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet. So that any notion of the body being tight is released, but also in terms of one's mind, one is releasing any discursive thought, tension, and so forth. On the exhalation, all of those faults of mind are released and one's body is relaxed, free of tightness.
아니 우수 다운데 아라도 네데라 진랍세데 타니에체나 디고 진랍세데 진랍세데 랍규 지 뉴바치 뉴바단 덴바 하바 왜그 랍지여라 근데 아디나라 먼저 구승투데 망고요레 라마자치 모모 페요레 데제 송주나요레 먼저 최도도 되는 뭐 로열에 저기 다게 라고 균도 되대 라 균도 그래서就是那个呢，就天用的，你是不是给我查着呀？上班时我查着呀，甚至那我的那你做工作工家呀，当就是sem干嘅，但sem干嘛的我就是吧？那 sem 那
Hmm.
嘛头发，女的头发，大的忙不有了，就是他妈把洗着呀。女把的都可以，亲了的都可以吧？当然亲了让别人以前民族那呢，我给拉军的是吧？我说女把要不的就用些这个呢，我说说不当心个女把度假都是怕天上天气，我的这是上了我们家那要我有的。
So, with those inhalations, it is good to have to realize there's blessing or there's a potency with the wave of the breath, that there are representations here of enlightened qualities of body, speech, and mind. And many highly realized beings, holy beings, have taught here, and what they have taught here remains in the form of a blessing or a wave of potency. So, in doing so, when you breathe in, physically one is relaxed. But of course, mainly the mind is pacified, because really meditation deals with these mental things, reducing discursive thought and then increasing good qualities so the mind is peaceful. If one doesn't have such faith, just visualize it as a wave of potency, fresh potency. Blessing.
我也到绿样点过，西面样通过，西面女把的点不掐着成一记球了是吧？
Now I have strong conviction. The body is in a state of well being. The mind is clear and stable, lucid. Have that strong conviction.
我也到的呢，不得是脚当了，给这种不得，你不得是脚当，嗯，去当个怕当我写吧，去第四天是吧？
Now, and now quickening the breath so they're shorter, being aware of that one's posture is upright, and simply recognizing now I'm breathing in, now I'm breathing out.
我在等这个，我去当个怕当写呗团呢，是吧？很长个讲的，是吧？通过去当怕当这，去当怕当你都是你是长个什么节？那什么节我才开始写，你参不下，样我可能。然后考这个台湾大学的考个那点了，哎呀，什么那的嘛的天舞的，听那了嘛着，那么多就是嘛着去， 양자 참가야 제기 숨시 nga스 ngache 살카시 시켜 숨시 nga스 시켜 아니야 가가라 우탕가 참셔야 이 yandiya wo yang semna namdo dhamma yang utanga jingi sunyi nga tuk dun xe wa tsaka xe xe wa du xe xe da gomdi skyaab asra.
Having recognized simply breathing in and out, one begins to count the cycles of inhalation, exhalation. So now I'm breathing in, now I'm breathing out, that's one cycle. Breathing in, breathing out, that's two cycles. Going up to 3 rounds of inhalation, exhalation, and then just taking a break, doing a few rounds of those 3 and taking a break. Then if you recognize the mind is still scattered and dispersed, again begin to count the cycles, this time increasing your cycles to 5 cycles of inhalation, exhalations, and do those 5 cycles a few times. And then again break and observe the mind. Yet still, if the mind is dispersed, scattered thought, begin again to count, but this time going up to 7 cycles, and do your meditation like this.
뭐야다 장가 참샤로 아니 우디 랑체크 다 우지 배전 욱첨보다 춘주다는데 배전 심어체 우코나 어서 수군을 욱스당도 아니 데
Hmm.
카데 저거요 다게가 심샤제 이 스테이트면 야고요
Suspending the counting of breath now, and without forcing breath particularly, just in its natural state, observing where the breath goes within the body and placing the mind there.
네 근데 우가나 섬샤 가고도나 chilo ga dra de do chiwu ga dra ina re dra ji ga na sim sha je na dra ko na ngwe su ma je je ro
If it is difficult for one to place the mind in the present moment like that, then just be aware of whatever sounds you hear externally. Could be the sounds of the birds. So make the external sounds your reference point and focus on the present.
oh ya dang zo gom shirim gi gom ne ge shi ane ku long je che long zhong che ne u zhong ge chang ge che sim da da ga na sha che je de zen shi ji ga da de tu yu
Mhm.
ne ran zo zu de su su sho gui chung na ya shu sho gui ne sho gui cha wa shi na ni wu da ga da shu gui cha wa shi yu ne ku long de nge ba de ji je shen na ane ya wo yo re swa
Those four steps we've been through of meditative process. Firstly, motivation. Secondly, breathing exercise. Thirdly, counting the cycles of breath. And finally, remaining in the present moment. These should be trained continually every day if you can. Best case morning. If one is too busy, then at least in the morning, set your motivation.
gom shin da zo ni wu ba ro da jam na de ra ra
Yeah, and those other steps, if you're busy, can be done at another time, say, for example, the afternoon and so forth.
다들 저 제금로 하다. 범가와디다 제금 같은다. 닝제 예단들. 다 닝제 예단데. 당보 가서래. 수수라. 수수기 네. 동해 연단을 삼로다야. 대전직 다들 삼로다다 담면 담고 열어. 당보 수수기 지 동해 연단시도 대삼단에 하고 열어. 미지기 계제 셰단 되는 수수 동해 마지고 연구도 그 미지기 다지 지 룽아가 남주된다 아니 지 되는 수수 마지고 연구도 동해 연구도
Mm-hmm.
제가 다 되게 네 수수야 미신기 수수라야 직직 독자 나와 body language로 루지 남주다만 되는 동해 연구도나 아니 대다 수수 미신라 봐다 미신이 알아야 직든데실 때 아마지고 연구도 땅에 미션을 찍는데 다 라그메스 가르잖아 미표절로 동에서 그래서 대 수수냠요 턴에 삼다 아직 도와디
Now, the fifth of our meditations, which is analytical, what then is the method to increase compassion, great compassion? There are many methods. Firstly, reflecting on how you feel upset or suffer when someone speaks harshly to you or shows you a bad body language. And in the context of you getting upset around that, if they do that to you, then one reflects, I should not speak harshly to others or show bad body language, knowing that it will upset them. And you can, then it becomes experiential from your experience.
다드네 개체슈디 수수 튀래요 미디라이 다 닝지 저거요래 다들라 닝지 저와라 람사 닝지 제투 민도나 아니 제 당용공야로 당부 당용공야 당용공야데 니 줌젠 삼단데 아직 아니 미 바치과 아니 줌젠 언더 미세야데 짠다다 심디 줌젠 요지 토나 그 참반나라 템포 되기도 하러 줌젠 요지 토나 아니 셈바 가고도 하러 줌젠 매와지 통용데 니 셈나 가고 연구미도 와데 세상 줌젠데 덴바지 삼단야데 개주무시오로 줌젠 덴바 가래서나 아직 미디다 셈지 탐제 람사이 우마로 그래서 튀래요 님이 직 대화치야다 가리나 강에 치슈 미지여로 딜미제 아니 미바 직바로 왔어요 근데 수고 도시전에 직바래 근데 셈 도시전에 안서 미 직바래 되자시나 콘도 직바라는 거더라 대바에 직바래다 제가 디 직바에 줌zen이 딩서 직 둘로 직바서야 지 강바섭다 직바서야 뭐다섭다 직바서야 가진 거서는 미비죠 대바도 직바 인자 아니 치로 그거 담 직바 도용 거 어디 그 줌젠다 안 된바래도 와도 제단도 삼로다나 아니 다 직바 임바데 니 심나라 야보지 lep스나나 아니 당용게 셈이 당보 당용게 셈이 쇼거라
It's important to cultivate a compassion to those close to you, those who are close to you. But of course, the compassion does not come at once. It's not easy to generate at once. So one has to cultivate equanimity, and the cultivation of equanimity comes with reason. We humans are kind of strange that, if we do cultivate something with a reason, then it's going to be more stable in the mind, and the mind will have a tendency to like that state. If we don't have reasons behind our cultivation, without valid reasons, we won't like to do the thing as much, and it won't be stable. But without first thinking on cultivating compassion to all sentient beings, it is important to think of those that are close to you, immediately in your close environment, thinking that, that when when they're going through difficulties, that we are the same. We're the same in that we're both human. We're the same in that we have these disturbing thoughts. We get attachments, we get aversions, we get jealousies, desires. And think on it. Why is the reason that we drive the same cars, like to live in the nice houses and wear the same clothes? It's because we're the same and that we all have these emotions. So that kind of heart of equanimity is born from that recognition of our sameness.
다디네 누가 치슈디 가래라나 아니 가딘 템고다 가딘 템야데 당원에데 개좀버셔와 줄래 미디 당원에다 균에 수줄라 펜토보다 가딘 첨부 임바데 챤나 가딘기 심디 아니 가딘 첨부 임바데 수줄라 심날 펜도 미디 미나레 둔두이나레 수줄라 펜도여가지 통용디 안델라 가나한데 모두 심날 가나질레도 가나한데나 아니 배적 동에 두고에도 통용디 동에 텐도기 자와라야디 베란슈게 레토야 쯧메게 레야디 위어와데
The most powerful mind, however, is when one reflects on how beings have been kind to one. This could be directly or indirectly. And, that kindness in one's mind, whether it is, humans or animals, whatever, then when you recognize that kindness, there's a tremendous sense of joy. And that joy, when you see them going through difficulties, then the thought to remove their difficulties and sufferings, that just comes automatically, uncontrived.
제가 심나네 배 제와라고지 세미 대한디 아니 파조버데게 제와데 무엇인도 다 미다인다이로 tunduduze 하고다 그러
When one's mind is fused with this innate love that is unfabricated, of course, not to mention humans, animals recognize it.
I had experienced recently there. I have lost ducklings, and one duck has some
The one duck got a wound.
And then I try to help this dog. That looks very painful, and I try to catch it up. And then if you catch it up, I want to take in the Angela's maybe bed, and I try to, but the dogs jumped in the pond. I tried to 3-4 times, and then all the time, and then wishing and this suffering really big and fit them, especially players and other dog bullying these dogs, poor dogs. And then I think 2-3 days later, and then I saw this dog healed herself. Healed.
Yeah, had healed herself.
Yeah. And then these dogs every day coming to see me in the day. Yesterday, I think 4 or 5 hours I sit outside, just sit in front of me, very close, just sit there. They receive my love. Animal, dog receive my love. And there's a little bit bossy dog, They want to food, then there's lots of bargaining, Other dogs not really, but lots of talking me. I don't know what they're talking. Yeah. And I thought, wow, these dogs received love, 제가 이 tunduge pejo tsawadi shingido aro ningje tsawadi su tege wadi tsawadi dada ko len rogda be nganzo mido aro nganzo mi tundule nganzo ngangbale da yag chogura da
So even animals recognize that affectionate regard and compassion. They give some kind of response. So we're humans. We're supposed to be better.
I talk with my friends. He's Govinanda, his teacher, and I talking ducks for about, and he talking about his dog. he 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 loves he feed lots of dogs in Govinanda, and then especially one dog, he's sleeping with him. He give lots of expensive food, and this dog, someone touched his shoes and sandal, and the dogs jumped back, and then he said, and he throw one old sandal, throw in the rubbish, and then one old nun she took and she cleaned, she wearing, and then in the Tibet courtyard, and these dogs barking her the sandals. This dog knows, it's amazing. He said he is this strong connection, and then dogs pass away, and he can't stop tears, and anywhere he go walk, and he can't. Few days he can't go same walk because he remember this dog with him, and he has lost the sadness. Come, he said, I can't go this place because I all the time remember my dogs. Just
Yeah, like true love is a strange thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That
Any questions now?
Okay. Yeah. Amen.
I missed last week, so maybe you touched upon it last week. I don't know. But I was wondering if you can clarify the main difference between compassion and kindness. Maybe you can correct my understanding. Compassion needs to involve a perception of suffering. And when I look at suffering, I think I asked this last year, I get very sad and then I cry. So I can't do that properly. How do you recommend cultivating compassion if it needs to involve looking at suffering, or can you just omit that and practice kindness?
Okay. So your question is clarifying the main difference between compassion and kindness, and that, compassion means that normally it's connected with a level of discomfort or people suffering. And when you think, maybe you asked this before, but in terms of that suffering, if you reflect on it too much, you get sad and cry. So in that notion, does one always have to think, connect the suffering state with compassion, or can one just leave that out and practice kindness? Your question's like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gisla chir jamze dan ningje la kepa so kariyores karisana marang la mangchewa la ningje gombe sumla tangbe kapla di tungel la ra chue berwa tungel dang chue ningje se di inji minji chue yi tini rwa di ine yang marang la nekap yana ja karina tungel sumla tangbe kapla den marang semtes pamche ambarwa la mikshu yongche. Tini dikola sorweti tes mangtare nyanga yana. Tini dites samshan jamze kola gom jamna yagarves karisana ninje gom jebe kapla sem tes pam yangmena dungyan yongmena mikchu tang.
Really? Oh, you missed last class. You miss man bond.
His fault.
His fault. Oh. Yeah. 잠바다 저월라로. 잠발라 디 대화의 된대가 로들라 잠바스 거로. 잠바스디 대화 된대. 대화서 디 동해 된대게로. 아디 디니니를 직 대화 된대 직 동해 된대다. 대화들이 분이.
Essentially, love and kindness is the thought, may all beings have happiness. And here we mean well-being, permanent. Compassion, however, may they be free from suffering, great compassion. That's the essential difference.
이 직계는 대화 된대게 잠바제나 동해 된대게 자와제는 거래. 동해 된대게 자와제나 대화 된대게 잠바게 거래 라르다니.
Now, essentially, if one is produced, the other comes automatically, because if you produce love and kindness, affectionate regard to all beings, automatically you don't wish them to suffer. And if your mind is fused with a wish for beings not to suffer, automatically you have affection and love for them.
제가 나단단한저 닝제와 생게 동해를 상담다네 닝제제도 semba 마지와체 미주쇼 semba 마지와 차거도 다디 데 코란 다래 가서 그래 미망차 둔돌레 열었다 둔돌레 즉 동해의 전도게 자와디 열에 동해 통원디 메시버디 열에로 데 동해의 전도게 자와들어 디 강라 가르삼 고거르스나 학삼 민지스니도 고거래 동해단 채너지 말아서 봐 동해단 채와디 녜 지긴 있어야돼 로덥질레 고거 학삼 민지스야 돼 어다 디 채와디 고거요 지면시 동해들은 사마마지와 차니 간단질라 동해 상로하고 레나 고 디프레션 차이는 거로 somebody 누가 냠제 베스트 뭐 교체 이미지 단제 샘 근데 누가 냠도는 거요 제가 인디다 동해다 제가 먼저 데려와다 데단다 심제 탐제랑라 아니 이원 참바 대화단 된대기 이원 참방인데 참방인데 닝지 줄을 쉐고 이제 갈라도 동해다 타는지 말어 아 대화다 덴바지 치기 동해다 대화다 다가 치기 대화다 덴바디 녜 치기 있어게 항상 게 로데다 장구 요래서 봐
Yeah, so that notion of cultivating compassion when beings, or that notion of being down and out and like crying when beings are going through suffering circumstances, animals have that. And we see automatically they have that notion of wanting to be separate from suffering, just like humans. But over and above that, one has to have a stronger sense of not only that, one, that you hope that they be wished from suffering, but how wonderful it would be if all were free from suffering. But even over and above that, the courage, I myself will bring this about. Because if you don't have this tremendous courage, then, you'll be overwhelmed and your potency of compassion will be less and you'll lose the focus. That's often why it's said that, one generates the love and kindness first and the compassion second. But not only that, may they be endowed with well-being and the causes of it. But how wonderful if they were, and I myself will do it. So that personal resolve. Nice.
다디 켜와요 배나
Laksam.
천안라 단다 부구여와 부구여도 아니 부구라 동해인데 아데 동해데 채나 또 동해 매버 채나 삼레 셈데요나 이 저널 마지고 숙침고 쇼래 그래와 동해데 매버 채야데 게 저거도가 간데 치고 있는 리도 마지베 살라 아니 셈나라 파워실리 뉴워실리 그러다 로덥실리 그러와 되게 지금 수수 셈 shum야데 매버제 로덥 전부 찾아서 전주 셈바도 로도 전부 차고들 학습 인지 등에는 요 인자 로도 전부 차로 되라다
So, like as a mother having children, do you want the children to be free from suffering? But instead of going into like a mode of down and out or helplessness, the mind is applying a method. I will remove them from suffering, and having the courage. So instead of being helpless or down and out about it, there's tremendous courage. And the bodhisattvas have this type of compassion that's courageous. It doesn't have a feeling of overwhelmed.
그다음에 다게진의 심지 탐지 랑라 거리 친구 임바디 텐고 줌젠데다. 좋아.
And that's why it is important, as we did before, to remember how each and every being has been kind to us, remembering that kindness.
어디 다 로도서 로 장고여라 로데스 마자나나 남산데 레이마레와.
These are mental states that have to be trained. Without training, they're not going to come at once.
도저 상마 제공을 도저 자동기 동기 시행이기 내가 지기 상다여다와.
These are analytical meditations. They can be done while drinking a cup of tea and while listening to music.
오야 다대샤오라.
We'll stop for this today.
너 다대 참마자고라. 니 근데 원다 저랑도 양아랑도 참마래 나랑 참마 다제就是几个논류 제와도들 교사치야. 진짜 미신님의 dom선치야. 아니 다 니마라 샤고치도나 야고여래. 와 논류 제와데. 근데 내가 개와 제와도 아니 가와곰로 와 학과도 수수 토부 토모다 예용 의미도 개와 제와도라. 제수유랑 양생에서 공부를 때 마고는 아주 타도지라. 타도되게 마가와 실수용 거래. 제가 타도게 뭐라 아니 수수 예용 의미도 내가 야고 제와도라 제수유는 거죠. 아디 내가 이제 야고든 리스트 앞에 야고 중선선 제수유랑 공 아니 수수라 개와랍진 사용 거라. 아니 란지 개와라 가와곰로 신지 개와라 제수유랑 공 아니 개와디서 뭐면 야고 제 산이에 들을 하베 거뭐 지긴 삼제 건다니 kushawina ni de gewa chado ya tinduda ini gewa ngomenam chedi gewa mesewa chia tinde yinzang azu anda chuzu chik chega hafsi de azu azu gewa re da de kuno samula la da chi gewa chia lo meshi chi diwa chia lo je yo marwa sheda gewa labjen jire de gewa labjen de ngomena ya wo chigi na ni wa chembo yungure esro.
Then tonight, before, in the context of the daily meditation, tonight before we rest, before we sleep, we should recognize any mistakes and faults, regret them, and resolve not to do them again. And it's very powerful to do this day by day, if one can do that recognition day by day. And then secondly, on the positive side, to rejoice, particularly those actions of you, but also those that are close to you. And rejoice again and again, because without that attitude of rejoicing, there's a danger that we will have a jealousy or aversion to what others do. But if we rejoice in the merits of others' good qualities and so forth, then the waves of merit are big. And next day resolve to do more so that one falls asleep. And even that sleep becomes virtue. So this dedication is important, because if we dedicate, we don't lose the roots of merit. And if we can cultivate that continually, it's good.
Jiglungre, sayamre, mere, da dende chulore, dende damenda ga taneze mangwaji ngor tozo shidoya. An hagwardo da ngaranzo mi mangwaji la, madug nale mi mangwaji la, me ragayo mare, kala ragayo mare, tulo ragayo mare. An tozo la jik tulo da kala da tozo tudo raya. Ke chishu nange chishu de yondo zambulingi da. Jik dudu danyera tozo da chapsi ba tozo rede wa. An konzo ge. 심나라다 참바다 자와 게tum나 아니 잠블린 시대 용거로 잠블린 시대에 심나네 용거로 미지 실로라야 지금 자리로 자 지 천자 지 전에 시디지다 요 말에 시디 파샤네 아니오라 살살 로더라 진짜 니인도 딱 개체시 잡지바도 저기 유래야네 지 참바단 저 지켜쇼 하와도 말한서다 지 최냠년 진유에도 저 최라 발제메와 와
Mhm.
람라 발제메와 람 그저다 최게 주야기 퉁년도 야고 차야 개연도 파 시야 된대게 아니면 야고지 잡쇼스로
Now we should dedicate and make aspirations for world peace, that there are not these wars in the world and conditions under which there is a lot of suffering. Secondly, there are difficulties with the four elements, whether it be wind, earthquakes, fire, or sufferings of water. May those disturbances be pacified. Under the notion of war, people go without medical help, food and clothes. May they get what they can't get. And it's important that the beings that stir up trouble, like the political leaders, cultivate love and kindness, compassion. World peace is mental. It doesn't come about by focusing on these outer disputes. Because if one focuses on these outer things, then trouble just gets worse. So may the political leaders cultivate love and kindness, but also those beings that are practicing Dharma, may the path of their Dharma practice be without obstacle. May the conditions for that practice be harmonious. So we dedicate and make aspirations like that.
요와디 뉴드다 라마산지 조와지 야마네 살아고 선원디 단제제 바이 고마도 진진다데네 바다나다 치벨라도네 시베솔레도 도레쇼 전조선조를 뭐지 마제바나지 최저정과의 최대노바 배워나 그게 세마시원다 등계 말을 참아라쇼 Thank you.